Greetings and welcome to Forza Horizon 4. I'm Blue Dooley and I was super excited for this game. It is really pretty, and you can start out with a 69 Dodge Charger, which I don't know how you could go wrong with. There's going to be a little stutter like there and in other places in the video because I got excited and started streaming to the PC so I could record some stuff before it had actually finished downloading and installing. I was also running wireless through most of this stuff. Another video I'm going to put out a little later, I had switched to hardwiring the Xbox to the router that the computer's hardwired to so I could get a little smoother stream from it. Excuse me. But I had done the whole intro like everyone else and went through Kira kind of narrating the seasons, and that video was so choppy and horrible I couldn't use it at all. Like I said, I got excited, started streaming before it was even done installing, and that's because I'm not very professional at this. So we're gonna go do a little dirt racing. And I was kind of annoyed you couldn't do some things until after you got a house and completed other stuff. So I'm not a really awesome driver by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm not sure if Horizon 4 they did the difficulty different than 3, but all of my racing right now is at highly skilled, which is a lot harder drivatar level than I was playing the other games at. And in the demo, when I was showing a friend, trying to convince him to get the game, I had it turned up all the way to unbeatable and won this race with the Lancia. So, not really sure how the difficulty works in this game. The street race on the demo was impossible, so maybe the difficulty only affects street racing. I am going to skip all the load screens and stuff just to make the video a little shorter, and then I don't have to yak over the music like everybody else is. So we're going to do a couple races, check out the house, and apparently since I have Forza Horizon 3, they gave me a Ford Raptor. We'll check that out at the end of the video, and the next video will start out with the Raptor. So, like I said, I'm on highly skilled difficulty. I turn the damage off because I just don't care. And the driving line is set to braking only, mainly for the street racing. That way I don't have to try to look at the map and drive the car at the same time. I can just drive the car, and then when I see a brake zone like this, it's like, oh, we're going to make a turn. So it's a little easier to me. Like I said, the simulation damage is neat. It's not my thing. There's a pretty bad stutter here. But, you know, I leave ABS turned on because with the exception of the old cars, all the newer cars have ABS. I'm not sure about this particular car, but, you know, the 2015 Ford Raptor has ABS. You know, I'm pretty sure the brand new McLaren and Bugatti all have ABS. Seems silly to turn it off when the cars have it. I turned the music off, and then I found some barn finds, which made it hard to hear the DJ, so I don't know. I really actually haven't done a lot in the game. Mainly I drove around on roads a lot to get that completion knocked out. I'm a little bummed that they don't have the picture taking kind of challenges, like photograph 100 unique cars and we'll give you some credits, or photograph 450 unique cars and we'll give you a whole bunch of credits. I suppose not everybody liked that. I thought it was kind of fun. Excuse me. I'm doing a voiceover because apparently I don't have a controller that a headset will plug into. And I couldn't get my recording bar, because I'm just recording Windows 10 streamed from the Xbox One. So that's another reason why the quality might not be as awesome as some guys. I don't have any of the special capture equipment. I just go to Windows 10, open up my Xbox app, click streaming, and then play the game on the TV in the living room, and just have the computer record while I aimlessly drive around a race. Not ideal, but again, I'm not professional, and I really don't care. I'm just here to entertain you. And, you know, right now I'm actually kicking pretty good ass on highly skilled, and I'm not really that good of a driver.
That'll interest you. There's a street race meetup, and I think you should check it out. See you there?
Like I said, I skipped the loading screens where it gives you all your credits and stuff. Shorten the video up a little bit because it's already kind of long.
In 200 yards, turn left.
I'm enjoying the heck out of this game.
Turn left.
I like the free roam more than just about anything. Just pick whatever you want to drive and just scream around the UK at 100, 200 mile an hour, running people's shrubs over. To me, that's the fun part. I'm trying to convince James, well, he's been on the fence for a while getting an Xbox or a console at all just to play games. So I'm hoping he'll get an Xbox One and Horizon 4, and then the two of us can do some co-op wandering, and that'll be a good time. And the danger signs are one of my favorite things to do. I usually don't drive cars that are good at drifting because I like all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. So the drift zones I am terrible at. I'm okay admitting that I'm terrible at drift zones. Speed traps and the speed zones, I don't drive a lot of the really fast cars. I mean, eventually I'll get a Viper, probably a Challenger, and soup them up to the maximum. But I don't really drive a lot of the exotics because I'm more of a truck guy. So when I got the opportunity to race trucks, I switched to trucks and haven't driven a car since. And the street racing, I always kind of find a little funny. I mean, they pair you up with cars at the same performance level, but I'm pretty sure, even though the Lancia I have is, modded and has performance parts, I still don't think it'd stand a chance against a Lamborghini Diablo SV. I mean, the Lamborghini is purpose-built to go fast on roads like this, and it'd probably really just eat the Lancia alive. Of course, the same could be said with the Offroad Racing 2. I'm a big Dodge fan, and the fact that there's a Power Wagon in this game, I was stoked. But I could admit that a heavy, solid axle, front and rear, 3/4 ton truck doesn't stand a chance in an off-road race against a Raptor. Little tuning on that truck, and they just haul. And that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to go fast off-road, kind of like a pre-runner. And I'm also a huge fan of Jeeps. Yeah, killed some people in that car. I like Jeeps. I used to own one. The Land Rover Defender is the Jeep of the rest of the world. I mean, they're popular all over. And they're really good off-road vehicles. But they also don't stand a chance against the Ford Raptor in a race. The wheelbases are too short, they're too narrow, they're too top-heavy. They would just... No amount of money could be sunk in one of those to get it to perform at the same level as a Raptor. The Raptor's just built to race, and everything else is kind of meant to, crawl and explore, not go fast across an open field. This is where I noticed that the difficulty was a little harder than the other racing, because I think I came in second. We'll have to wait and see. But Unbeatable, if you miss a checkpoint, you'll never catch up. I mean, it puts you back at the checkpoint, you might as well just restart the event, because you will never catch up on Unbeatable, missing a checkpoint. So, that's kind of, I mean, that makes sense. But, I really digging the graphics, the cars look and sound really good, especially in the tunnel. We're not going to run through any tunnels in this video, but the Raptor and the Power Wagon especially sound really awesome in a tunnel. It murdered another family. And, I mean, hey, what are you doing there, guy? I know in one of the Horizons or the Motorsports, I thought they'd done, when they started doing the Drivatars and calling them Drivatars, I thought they had started basing the AI on, the actual person. So if you see me in your game, I kind of thought that the AI of me would drive like I do. I don't know if they do it in this game or not, but I try not to hit other people's cars a lot, so in case that Drivatars do drive like you do, people don't get pissed off at me for constantly running them off the road or trying to kill them. I have a lot of danger signs unlocked, and I'm in I did make it to winter by accident. I was trying to stay in autumn a little longer, but I bought a house, and apparently when I bought a house and started doing stuff there, it changed seasons on me. And the kind of little cutscene they do for the season change, that was really neat. I like the way they handled that. And somebody. So the streaming, I didn't have it set on very high quality. It's on high quality. Again, I'm still learning how to do this and how to get better quality out of the video. I don't have the Xbox One S or the Enhanced, so I can't play the game in 4K, which is okay. I mean, it looks really good in 4K, but I don't have a 4K TV, and smashed in somebody's house. I do like you can run through stone walls. That's kind of fun.
A danger sign is born. So long as you survive, they'll probably let us build more.
Did play the demo a little bit while my mom was here, because the demo had dropped the weekend she came in, and I was like, I'm still going to play this game. And she really liked everybody's accents. I was like, well, it wouldn't make much sense if we were in the UK and people didn't talk with a British accent.
Turn right.
Actually, I think the race we're coming up on is the one I won with the unbeatable difficulty level.
Turn right. Turn right.
And the barn finds are kind of neat. I always like those out of the other games. I'm kind of disappointed they don't have the Ram Runner. That was my truck of choice in the Horizon 3 and 2. I'll admit, I'm a fan of Dodge. I was actually checking the difficulty here just to make sure I was on a higher difficulty level. I also don't have rewind on, because I have fat fingers and I'd occasionally rewind when I don't want to. So I just turned it off. It's a feature I've never really used in any of the games where they had it. A little more choppy. But I also really like the off-road game circuits and cross country. Those are my favorite. Another vehicle I'm looking forward to is, of course, the Mercedes-Benz Unimog, because I would own one of those in real life if I could afford it. I won't even shy away from. I would totally buy one if I could. And What was on the other vehicles? Oh, the Volvo Iron Knight. I'm super stoked that there's that truck, and I think I saw in the Mercedes-Benz section one of their race trucks. I'm a huge truck fan, and the fact that you can tear around the UK in a 1,000 horsepower racing semi truck, that's really cool. I'm looking forward to that. I'm saving up my credits for one of those trucks. And I believe the Iron Knight actually set or currently holds the land speed record for that class of semi-truck. I mean, which is really impressive considering it's a cab over. So they're not exactly the most aerodynamic vehicles. CFI out of Missouri had a land speed record in a Kenworth T2000, but it had two N14 Cummins. They were quad turbocharged and 1,500 horsepower apiece. So I'll have to look that up. But I'm pretty sure that the Iron Knight currently holds the speed record for a semi-truck. And again, we're on highly skilled difficulty, which I never played on any of the other games, and I really got a lead on this one.
Sorry for helping me out earlier. Meet me here.
Oh, here's a house.
Your favor.
I'm not sure if I like the housing thing. It's kind of strange. The fact that you can buy Edinburgh Castle for 10 million credits, that's kind of neat, but at the same time, it's not like you can wander around the house.
Turn left.
The dancing emotes, those are silly.
Turn left.
They're just ridiculous. And customizing the avatar, it's kind of fun. I mean, you can't go crazy with it. Like, I can't give myself the goatee like I have in real life. But I was so glad I could get my character out of skinny jeans. I do not wear skinny jeans because, well, one, they look ridiculous, and two, I'm not skinny. And head down. So, the fact you have to unlock some of the items by a wheel spin or buy them, I'm not a fan of that. That's a little silly to me. If you're just going to put it in the game for fun, just let people have everything. Or, give it for a reward for certain events. The showcases, those were really cool. I've only done 2. And I didn't win the second one. The hovercraft was gnarly. The Flying Dutchman train, I didn't stand a chance on that one.
Recalculating route.
I came in a very distant second in that one.
Yards. Turn up left.
But it's still fun. I mean, they do get a little silly on some of them, but the one from Horizon, the first one, where you're in a Mustang and you're racing a P-51 Mustang, that was awesome. That I think is my favorite showcase event to date, is racing a Mustang in a Mustang. It was awesome. I don't go straight to the house because, again, I was trying to get some roads discovered, because I like getting the roads discovered before some of my friends do.
When it is safe to do so.
Just silly. Like here, I'm gonna flip a U-turn, drive down that guy's driveway so I don't forget to get that little stretch of road. And I thought
400 yards.
there might have been a rec board or a fast travel board somewhere around here. I found one a little later. It was on the other side of the other outbuildings. This is the fun part. Just tear straight across the UK countryside.
200 yards. Turn left.
I do have a bad habit of running into the trees that you can't knock over, especially after a big jump. You're like, yeah, lots of air, and then you crash into a tree. We'll get up to the house.
400 yards.
I'll fiddle around with the avatar stuff a little bit, just to kind of check it out. And then we'll get the Ford Raptor, customize it a bit, and that'll be a video.
You have arrived at your destination.
You're not gonna believe this. The film producers bought this house to use as a set, but when filming wrapped, they just left it. I had a word, and you know what? They said you could have the house for free as a thank you for your work on the movie. Excellent. Well, since this one's on the movie company, here's the keys.
And avatar customization. You can change your shirt, get a jacket, pants, shoes, gloves, hats, fake mustaches, glasses. Like I said, I don't wear skinny jeans, so I was happy to get the character out of skinny jeans. I also wear socks. That annoyed me that the character didn't have socks on. Well, if you've seen any of my other videos, my clothing of choice is a black t-shirt and a ball cap and blue jeans and work boots. But those aren't unlocked yet. So, a couple of weird outfits. The dancing, yeah, I'm not a fan. It's a little silly. I only picked the two-step because I'm white and I can't dance, and that looked like a ridiculous dance, so that's what we did. So here's all my rewards for playing the other games. I got enthusiastic and didn't wait for the thing to tell me I got a car. So 2015 Ford Raptor. They are an awesome looking truck. I'm a fan. We had one for sale. The Ford dealer had one for sale earlier in the year. It was black and had the supercharged Shelby V8 in it, which, well, that's awesome. It was also $90,000, so that's why I don't own a Shelby V8 Raptor. The wheel choices in the game, there's like, what, a couple hundred rims, and I only like 4 of them. I just don't like the spoke rims. I like the ones I put on here, or the Mickey Thompson. This is my standard paint job of choice, is blue with black accents. If you've seen pictures of the dually, that's exactly what it is. It's blue with black rims and black pipes. A few mods on it just to make it a little more fun to drive. Nothing too crazy. Just better tires, better rims, a little more horsepower. The exhaust sounds cool on this truck. I really like it. Tuning, I tune it for the way I like driving it. It's probably not optimum, but it's the handling I prefer. Making it ride a little lower helps it corner better, of course. So also run with the differential locks up high. So we'll get through the loading screen, and it's a little choppy, but yeah, this little cutscene of it switching from summer to autumn was, I mean, that's really artful. It's really well done. I liked it, and I like the one to winter even better because I like winter.
Well, look who made it to the autumn season. You are this close to qualifying for the next round of the Dirt Racing Series. You should come back to Tarnhouse. It's completely different in autumn.
It's also completely different in a Raptor. Pretty much from this point forward, I either drive the Raptor or when I get the chance to get the Power Wagon, I switch to the Power Wagon and haven't driven anything else
Hey,
yet.
Gordon. We've added some more stations to your radio. If you're into drum and bass, then tune into
can't
Hospital Records.
Stream the radio stations because of copyright.
Timeless FM is back with a healthy dose of classic.
So I just turned it off. That's the other thing about the game I've never really been a fan of.
When it is safe to do so.
Is their music
Turn
selection.
right.
It isn't really awesome for people who like metal and rock.
Turn
I mean, they have a rock
around when it is
station,
safe to do
kinda.
so.
Not all the coolest jams though.
Recalculating route.